Have you ever looked at your friendly, smiling neighbor and wondered what they'd do if everything suddenly collapsed? The person who waves at you every morning could be the same person breaking down your door tonight. Not because they're evil, but because civilization, the only thing stopping them, just vanished. Tonight, we uncover a terrifying truth. Your greatest threat in a disaster is not strangers. It's the people who live right next door. Welcome to TSF History. Before we dive into this chilling story, hit that subscribe button and ring the bell icon, because what you're about to discover may forever change how you see society. This is the psychology of looters, a true story hidden inside the darkest moments of American history. Let's begin. America, the land of order, the land of law, the land where your property is safe, until one moment changes everything. Imagine this is your street, calm, clean, peaceful. Then, power goes out. No lights, no cameras, no alarms, no police. At first, everyone laughs, probably just a blackout. Candles are lit, phone flashlights turn on, people step outside, still smiling. But as hours pass, something begins to happen. Not in the streets, inside their minds. Psychologists call it de-individuation, when people feel anonymous, unseen, and all the rules that control their behavior disappear. The brain whispers, "Nobody can stop you now." And then, the transformation begins. To understand how fast this happens, let's travel to New York City, 1977. One summer night, a lightning strike hit the power grid. The entire city fell into total darkness. And within minutes, the American dream turned into a nightmare. Store windows smashed. Crowds stormed in like a tidal wave. Families, not criminals, walked out with stolen TVs, smiling. Fathers carrying stolen refrigerators, mothers dragging carts of stolen clothes, teenagers burning police cars for fun. 47,000 crimes in less than 24 hours. Not random strangers, regular people. People with jobs, people with kids, people who believed they were good. What changed? Just one thing. No one was watching. Let's jump ahead. Los Angeles, 1992. The moment justice system cracks. After the Rodney King verdict, thousands flooded the streets. People began looting with a terrifying purpose. If society failed us, we will take what we deserve. This is called moral disengagement, the psychological switch that says, "I'm not the criminal here, society is." Looters justify everything. Everyone else is doing it. Insurance will cover it. They owe us. This is survival. But then, it goes darker. Looting turns into burning. Burning turns into killing. Neighbors become enemies. A city becomes a war zone. 54 people died. And the scariest part, most killers had no criminal past. They were just neighbors. Now come with me to New Orleans, 2005, Hurricane Katrina. The water swallowed the streets. People trapped on rooftops. There was no food, no help, no hope. And hunger is the moment when humanity shatters. A man who once hosted barbecues with his neighbors, now pointing a gun at them for a loaf of bread. Parents broke into stores, not for greed, but for baby formula. Criminals teamed up with civilians, because survival doesn't ask for moral background checks. Police abandoned their posts. Hospitals were attacked. Bodies left floating in the water. Looters were no longer stealing things. They were stealing lives. This is resource scarcity psychology. when fear of starvation is stronger than every law ever written. People don't steal because they're bad. They steal because they're scared. And fear spreads faster than any virus. But the nightmare doesn't stop there. COVID-19, 2020, empty shelves in every supermarket. Remember how fast toilet paper vanished? How people fought in grocery aisles? How violence rose overnight? That was just a tiny preview. A society with food still available, police still active, phones still working. Yet the thin layer of civilization was already peeling off. Psychologists warn if supply chains stopped for even 72 hours in America, looting would erupt nationwide. The person who promised to protect you, they might be the first to attack if their child is hungry, because hunger is stronger than friendship. Let's dig deeper into the human mind. Inside every neighbor, there are two versions of them. The civilized version, loves sports, makes barbecue, pays taxes, tells their kids to be good. The monster version hides deep, silent, waiting. Civilization is like a cage, but the lock is fragile. Remove the police, remove the electricity, remove consequences. The monster steps out. This transformation has a name, the anonymity effect. When the lights go off, the masks come off too. Back to your neighborhood. Right now, the neighbor who smiles at you is emotionally stable because their needs are met. But psychologists have found 3 triggers that can flip anyone into a looter. Number 1, no accountability. No cameras, no alarms, no cops. Their thought is, no one will catch me. Number 2, social proof. Other neighbors break in first. Their thought is, if they are doing it, it must be fine. Number 3, survival fear. Food, water, medicine running out. Their thought is, it's them or my family. When these 3 collide, even the nicest human becomes dangerous. And that danger is next door. Here's the final horror. Looting doesn't begin with strangers. It begins with familiarity. Your neighbors know where you store your water, what valuables you own, when you're home, your weaknesses, your habits, your exits. In a crisis, they become predators because they already have the map. And if they think you're prepared, they don't admire you, they target you. Preparedness looks like wealth. Wealth looks like survival. Survival looks like a threat. You won't see them coming. They'll smile, walk closer, and strike when trust is your weakest point. Now imagine. America loses power for 1 week. The news says stay calm, but the store is empty on day 1. Violence erupts on day 2. Houses get raided on day 3. Your door is next on day 4. And on day 7, the world you knew no longer exists because a desperate father turns into a looter. A looter turns into a killer. And that killer was once your best friend. This is not fiction. This is history, repeated again and again and again. Psychologists have a terrifying conclusion. Humans are 9 meals away from becoming animals. So the most chilling question isn't, what if a disaster happens? It's, who will your neighbor become when it does? This was TSF History. If this story opened your eyes, hit like, comment your thoughts, and subscribe with the bell on so you never miss the hidden truths history still whispers. Until the next story, stay alert, stay aware, and remember, trust is a luxury. One disaster can destroy it.